Hey coaches, this is Mary Lowe from the CLS Design Team. Thanks for tuning in. The purpose of this video is to show you how to use some of the tools provided to determine the number of SSD staff in your partner district that still need to attend some of our CLS trainings, as well as to provide you the reason behind why we're asking you to collect this data. So let's go ahead and get started. You might remember that on August the 2nd, the CLS Design Team shared with you some tasks for the next 30 days. And I am on the CLS overview slide deck that was shared at that presentation on August 2nd. I'm sitting on slide 12. The first task that we asked you to think about and to complete is on slide 13. And it is to determine which of your teachers need which of the CLS trainings. So basically, you and your partner district directors will need to know how many teachers need continuous classroom improvement, teacher-student partnerships, high-yield instructional strategies, and high-performing teams. And these are the resources that will help you gather those numbers. The Academy One database for Year 1 teachers. You'll notice it says add link. When we made this video in May, we did not have updated numbers yet. By the time you're viewing this video, this should be a link. The second resource you'll see is called the CLS 2021 Completion Spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet that the team created specifically for this task. It contains a list of last year's Academy staff who still need some of the trainings for CLS. We know that some teachers who may have even already exited Academy by now were not able to attend all of the required trainings for various reasons last year. And we certainly don't want to leave anyone out. So you will find all of those names here. And in case you want to come back to this video, the link will be right here when we're done. So we're going to walk you through how to use those resources. But first, on slide 14, this is the reason why we need that information. On August 5th, you will have a chance to meet with your partner district administrative teams. Directors will, again, need to know how many of their staff from SSD within their partner district need these trainings. The CLS Design Team would also like to offer directors an opportunity to bring the CCI and the TSP trainings to the partner district if specific criteria is met. So, for example, if the partner district, if the director can give 4 dedicated days to the training, as well as a dedicated location, we can bring the training to the partner district. If they're unable to do that, that's okay. These teachers can come to our countywide professional learning opportunities at the Learning Center. But again, we want to offer this opportunity. Now, if you're anything like me, it's helpful to have all of the data and all of these questions organized and in front of me before meeting with the team. So the CLS Design Team has offered this optional CLS conversation guide. And when you click this link, it will force you to make a copy. We would encourage you to do so. I have one already pulled up, so when you make your copy, it will look a little something like this. It will outline all of the steps of your conversation on August the 5th. The first step has to do with those numbers. There is a grid for you to capture that information. So for example, you could click this link to our Year 1 database. Again, we will add that link as soon as we have the most updated information. You would then look at your partner district, count the number of teachers that you have, and enter that number here for CCI and for TSP, because all new staff will need to take both courses. Those teachers in their first year will not be asked to take high-yield instructional strategies or high-performing teams, so you don't have to worry about that. Once you've recorded that number, you can go back to our CLS 2021 completion spreadsheet. It looks a little something like this. And here, you're going to want to pay attention to your district and which of our 4 courses are in green and which ones are in this, we're going to call this mauve color. If it's in green, these teachers took the course and they are done. Don't have to worry about it. If you see mauve, it means that a teacher needs to complete that course, and we want to count that. And in case you're not sure, you always have the option to filter. So you could turn on your filter, go to your district, hit that little symbol, and then only leave checked your partner district. We can take a look at Bayless here without having to do the filter. I see that there's only 2 teachers to consider. 2 of them need TSP, 2 need high-performing teams, 2 need high-yield strategies, and none of them need CCI because those are green. So I could come back to my purple sheet, add those numbers. That was 0, 2, 2, and 2. Once I had these numbers up here, I would simply add to get my total. This number of teachers need CCI and so forth. Those would be the numbers, these totals, are the numbers I would share with the director and my administrative team on August the 5th. From there, here are the options for how teachers can get the training. Option 1, if they want that to occur within the partner district, then directors would need to understand that we would need 4 full days of dedicated training and a dedicated space, and that one of our SSD coaches would come to support those trainings for CCI and TSP. If that's not an option, that's no problem. Teachers can come to the SSD countywide trainings, and they can sign up through KickUp, and we'll have a whole process for that. The last step is that we are asking coaches to enter whatever information you gain from this conversation from step 2, right here on what we're calling our CLS Planning Sheet. And when you open that up, all we're asking for you is to put the number of teachers who need CCI, the number of teachers who need TSP, and these are just yes or no's. Will they be attending in their partner district, or will they come to countywide training? This information will help the design team to know whether we can release rooms at the Learning Center if that number of teachers is going to be supported in their district. So that's the reason why we're asking for this information. You can also find a link to that document down here as well. And that's it. It is possible that directors may not have the answer to whether or not they have 4 days to give you and or a location. And if that's the case, that's okay, but we would just ask that we could gather that information as quickly as possible. And we would encourage you to talk to your directors on August 5th about what process they'd like to follow. Do they want an email in a week with the follow-up? Or will they commit to sending you that information by a specific date? You guys can kind of determine what works best for your new team, and then gather that information and send it our way as soon as you can. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out to anyone on the CLS design team. And those folks are Mary Lowe, Jamie Wilmus, Jennifer Paris, Jen Ferguson, and Lindsay McCracken. We'd be happy to help at any point. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.